Some NBA players aren't lucky. They may have to play in a very competitive conference where there are plenty of talented players at their positions. And these guys are labeled as underrated. Guys who deserve to be all-stars, guys who deserve to have the same accolades as some of the established players have, but those guys, they don't have that. And today, I'm going to be talking about 4 guys who deserve to be NBA All-Stars. Of course, current players. Cue that intro.
When my grandma died, I jumped off the porch and started hustling.
Number 4, Luka Doncic. The last player to make an All-Star team since their rookie season was Blake Griffin. And this season, Luka Doncic is doing things as a rookie that we haven't seen since LeBron James as a rookie. In LeBron's rookie season, he averaged 21 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. In Luka's rookie season so far, he's currently averaging 20.7 points, 5.5 assists, and 7 rebounds. And at one point of the season, the Dallas Mavericks had a record over 500 with Luka, of course, on the team. Also, he's the only teenager in NBA history to already have 3 triple-doubles. And coming into the NBA, Luka was already playing against grown men in the EuroLeague, which is the second best league in the world. And Luka was only 16 when he joined that league. And he was dominating. And he also won MVP there, and he won the championship there for Barcelona. And he's one of the best players right now on the Dallas Mavericks, and he's only getting better from this point on. I know there are a lot of talented rookies like Donovan Mitchell last season who helped the Utah Jazz, of course, make it to the second round of the playoffs. But Luka, he's just really different, and this is only the beginning for him. He's definitely going to make the All-Star team, but I feel like he should have made it this year because he was one of the most hyped prospects coming into the draft, and nobody really knew if he was actually going to live up to that and become a really great player. But he's exceeded expectations, and there's no doubt in my mind that he will definitely make the All-Star team next year. Number 3, Jimmy Butler. I know, a lot of people don't really like Jimmy Butler. They don't like his attitude, and he's a locker room cancer. They say all this stuff, but we all know what Jimmy Butler is capable of doing. And even though this season he's only averaging 18 points, those 18 points are still very important for the Philadelphia 76ers. Because as I just said, we all know what Jimmy Butler is capable of doing if he's the primary option on a team. Like last year when he was on the Minnesota Timberwolves, he helped lead them to the playoffs, which is something that franchise hasn't seen in a very, 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 very long time. And now, he's helped the 76ers become one of the elite teams in the NBA. But the main reason why I have Jimmy Butler on this list is because he's an established player. And no disrespect, but he should have easily made it over Kyle Lowry because, yeah, Kyle Lowry, he's a good player. He's averaging about 14 points, but he's shooting, of course, 41% from the field. And he only made it really because the Raptors, they are one of the best teams in the league. But if Jimmy Butler, he decides to re-sign with the 76ers, he might not make another All-Star team. But I think it's a possibility that he can. I mean, if he was traded today and put on another team, he would easily go back to averaging over 20 points a game. He's easily one of the most hardest working NBA players that the NBA has. And I really like Jimmy Butler. He's one of my favorite players to watch, and he definitely should have made the All-Star team, in my opinion. Number 2, Zach LaVine. In 2017, the Timberwolves decided to trade Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn to the Chicago Bulls for Jimmy Butler and a first-round pick, which became Larry Marketing. During that season, Zach LaVine suffered a torn ACL, which of course caused him to miss the remaining of the season, and he was having a great season. He was averaging 19 points, but the Timberwolves, they thought that he really didn't fit their system with Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. So, after getting traded to the Bulls, he played about 24 games after coming back from injury. In those 24 games, he averaged about 16 points. But this season, he's currently having a career season. He's currently averaging 23 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. And he shoots 34% from the three-point line. And he's played 51 games so far. And your boy Zach still got the bounce. too after that ACL injury. But the main reason why I think Zach LaVine did make the All-Star team is simply because the Bulls suck. He's somewhat in the same situation as Devin Booker. He's on a really trash team. But what he does have in common with Devin Booker is that the Chicago Bulls, they have a lot of potential. They have guys like, of course, Larry Marketing, who's only in his second year and he's having an extremely good year. They just added Otto Porter to their team. They still have Chris Dunn. They have a lot of other key pieces on their team as well. And they're definitely going to get another high draft pick, and they have Zach LaVine. But he will be an all-star, if not next season, then the season after that, 100%. Here are 3 honorable mentions.
Those decisions. You know, it's like we're going to be smart. Anybody try to be dumb? Mitchell posterizes the big. Denied by Nurkic. Oh, Holiday! A major rack attack. What a setup by the Browns.
Coming in at number 1, Carmelo Anthony.
Hold up. Hey, for my niggas who be thinking we soft, we don't play.
Nah, I'm just playing. At number 1, CJ McCollum. I know you may think this is crazy, but I have CJ McCollum at number 1 simply because Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker will be all-stars, and Drew Holiday has already been an all-star. When he was on the Philadelphia 76ers with Andre Iguodala, it had really helped that team to success. The reason why I have CJ McCollum at number 1, he's been extremely well ever since the Blazers lost LaMarcus Aldridge, Nicholas Batum, and Wesley Matthews, left Damian Lillard, and the Blazers were seen as a team that was just not really good anymore. They were seen as a team that were possibly going to have a lot of high draft picks, but CJ McCollum came out of nowhere and is easily the second best player on the Blazers, and they made the playoffs every single year since those guys have left. He's currently averaging 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's currently in the midst of his prime as well too, which is really good, but I do understand that he's playing in a conference where you have guys like Klay Thompson, DeMar DeRozan, and James Harden. When you have guys like that, it's harder to get accolades like being an all-star. But if he was in the Eastern Conference, CJ would have easily been an all-star, because when you bring up the best backcourts in the NBA, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, they're up there. They've also had some very impressive playoff wins. Of course, they beat the Clippers back then, but that was because they didn't have Chris Paul or Blake Griffin. Of course, last year, though, it was very disappointing because they got eliminated by the New Orleans Pelicans and a swept. But I think this season, they're one of the best teams in the Western Conference. But these guys, they have to prove to us, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, that they can make it further in the playoffs. But I understand it's hard being in the Western Conference and making it extremely far. But CJ McCollum, ever since he started improving and he won Most Improved Player, he's always been underlooked, in my opinion, because if it wasn't for him, the Blazers, they would not even really be relevant. Yes, I understand that Damian Lillard, he's a very talented player, but if he didn't have CJ, then he wouldn't be making the playoffs, in my opinion. He's one of the top 10 best shooting guards in the league, and in my opinion, he deserves more credit for what he's done in his NBA career so far. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with my list? If so, let me know down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for more great content. Hope you enjoy your day. Peace.